The woke industrial complex, still, poisoning America. Living in the shadow of woke corporations. When I walk into a CVS, tune into NBC, or hear NPR and PBS broadcasting, I see and hear the same thing. An agenda that has little to do with medicine, news, or culture. Instead, these institutions have become the voice boxes of the woke industrial complex. It isn't about serving the customer anymore, it's about pushing ideology. CVS pretends to care about health while pushing gender ideology in children's aisles. NBC, PBS, and NPR dress their propaganda as news, but quietly advance the same cultural revolution. The power of narrative control. What makes the woke industrial complex dangerous is not only the corporate policies or the talking points, it is the control of narrative. NBC and PBS wrap their broadcasts in the language of fairness and equity, while silencing dissenting voices. NPR, with taxpayer funding, promotes a one-sided worldview, teaching listeners to see conservatives as backward or dangerous. These outlets build a cultural cage. Once people live inside it, they stop questioning and start repeating. CVS as a case study of hypocrisy. Take CVS as an example. This company built its image on health and wellness, but jumped headfirst into woke virtue signaling. Instead of focusing on affordable prescriptions and real care, CVS markets inclusive products and rebrands its shelves to make a political statement. While the working-class American struggles to pay for medication, CVS executives posture on social issues. Their message is clear: ideology first, health second. Media as the enforcer. NBC and its media cousins enforce this worldview with the same consistency you'd expect from state-controlled propaganda. The stories they highlight, the guests they invite, and the narratives they repeat all align with the progressive playbook. They will celebrate chaos in the streets if it aligns with their ideology, but downplay crime or corruption when it reflects poorly on leftist leaders. It isn't news, it's cultural warfare. How NPR and PBS weaponize taxpayer money. The insult is that NPR and PBS are funded by the very taxpayers they mock. They take hard-earned money from families in flyover states to promote elitist, woke programming that ridicules traditional values. When ordinary Americans want their voices heard, these outlets either ignore them or frame them as extremists. That is not journalism. It is indoctrination disguised as education. Washington, D.C. as the proof of failure. The fruit of the woke mind virus is visible in cities like Washington, D.C. Once a proud capital, it is now riddled with crime, homelessness, and urban decay. Billions have been spent on programs shaped by woke ideals, but the results are worse schools, broken families, and streets filled with lawlessness. Democrats claim compassion, but their policies produce dependency and destruction. D.C. stands as the grave marker of woke policy. The woke mind virus and national decline. This ideology spreads like a virus. It infects corporations, media, schools, and government, weakening the very backbone of the nation. The woke industrial complex tells Americans to despise their history, distrust their neighbor, and doubt their gender. It divides communities, breeds resentment, and destroys confidence in our institutions. Instead of building up America, it tears her apart, piece by piece. Conclusion: fighting back against the complex. The truth is that America cannot survive under the rule of this industrial complex. We cannot allow CVS, NBC, NPR, and PBS to dictate our values while our cities burn and our children are confused. The woke mind virus thrives in silence, but it dies when exposed. Speaking boldly, supporting alternative institutions, and rejecting propaganda are the first steps toward curing this cultural sickness. If America is to stand strong again, we must recognize the woke industrial complex for what it is, a system of control, and refuse to bow to it. Please like and subscribe to learn more.